Alright, this is the live workflow of how to create an MPEG-4 file, which is going to be the standard of what we're going to go to at Litigation Resource Group. The first thing that I did was shot DVD live at the deposition and actually came back to the office with a DVD ready to go. And so what I'm going to do now is actually open TMPEG ENC. We all have this on our production systems. When you open the program up, you want to go ahead and have your disk loaded inside of your CD-ROM drive. Whether you have one DVD or 10 DVDs doesn't matter. Because it's going to be the same process regardless. The first thing I do is start a new project, and I go to the source wizard, and we're going to import DVD video and click next, at which point you will get a box that will show where your video is coming from, and you can see here mine is DV Direct Disk in the M drive, and I'm going to click OK here. At this point, it's going to ask us what we want to do with the file. You want to be able to save the files into your computer before you do an encode job. This is crucial because of speed concerns. So you can see here it comes up with Title 1. This is fine, and just tell it next. Now right here you want to copy the selected files of the hard disk drive. It defaults to the My Documents folder. It doesn't matter where they go because you're going to come back at some point and clear these out. But I'm going to click OK here and let it go ahead and copy the file over. This process actually takes a little bit of time depending on the length of your video. So once the selected files are copied to the disk, you're going to do this for every disk that you have, although the time frame is not too bad. Once that gets done, it will come up with the clip name. Now, I don't remember what this lady's name is for this deposition, but the example is the same. Let's pretend that it had one tape. So I would say test Depo tape 1 of 1. If there were more, it would be, as you know, tape 1 of 3, 1 of 4, whatever the case may be. There's no reason to do a cut, edit, or a filter, and then click OK. At this point, you would have 1 of 1. From here, you can go ahead, if you have more tapes in your depot, you can click the source wizard again, stick your next disk in. Insert the disk, do the source wizard again, and you can load all 1 through 20 tapes or whatever. And you want to make sure that you have them in order. Next, you would go to your format. This is where we're going to do an MPEG-4 file output. The stream type is going to be an MPEG-4 AVC format. That's an advanced video codec, and it also does advanced audio coding. We're going to go ahead and select that. At this point, you want to look at your settings right here. These are all fairly good. Now you can see the file size right here of 680 megabytes. That's dependent upon this number right here. What I would do is I would do a 1-pass constant bit rate, and I would change this to 1500. You can even probably go down to 1200 to keep it at 414 megabyte, thus saving us probably about 250 megabytes per file, which over the course of 4 depositions that are an hour long is going to be a gig in file savings. Leave the rest of this the same. None of this really matters. The video system's automatic, things like that. Up here, when you have more than one deposition, you want to output each clip in a separate file. But if you have just one tape, you would output all clips into one file. This is where you can go to encode, and you want to change your destination where you're going. I'm going to take this to my desktop and just leave it here because it's a test. You can also register this on the batch encode tool. So if you register it on the batch encode tool, what happens is you get a pop-up screen once it's registered. Here, I've got this case, right, this depot and this depot. I could hit encode, leave for the night, and they're just going to work overnight all at one time. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and start the encode job on this. Once you start the encode job, you can walk away from it. It's at this point that it goes through and crunches its numbers and does its thing, and everything seems to be good to go. At that point, you're creating an MPEG-4 file, which is smaller and actually has better file quality and video quality. So that's how we do an MPEG-4 file, and that's the way we're going to do these from now on. So it's all going to be loaded into this program. We won't be using the OptiBase board anymore. We're going to go direct from DVD. DVD is our master, the tape is our backup, so we have two versions of that. And then you can send out your DVDs, thus saving you encode time when you get back to the office, because you've already made the DVD at the deposition. So all you've got to do is come into the office, load it in the copy machine, and copy as many copies as you need. The only reason to encode it is if we're going to be using it for trial or anything like that. So anyway, that's where we are, and so if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll go over this even more. Thank you very much.